YouTube? My name is Rachel Neff. This episode, we're going to be talking about cleaning the engine bay for the 1968 Mercury Cougar. Thank you so much for making it to our third video. I hope you'll like, share, subscribe. Those things all help us and the algorithm, the mysterious algorithm that nobody understands. Stick with us to the end and see how we freshened up our engine bay and what we did when that just wasn't enough. I cheated. Okay guys, so I want to be the one to tell you that changing spark plugs is way easier than cleaning your engine bay. One, it just doesn't take as long. And two, it's not that it's hard, it's just like worrying that you're going to break something in the process of actually cleaning it. If you're going to try and do this on your own car, there might be more sensors in the more modern cars than there are in this older car that I'm working on. Just keep that in mind. So I want to kind of show you what I went through and what you might run into when you're working on your own car. First thing I want to talk about are the chemicals that I used for this project and the valve cover, which I need to wear gloves because this valve cover is very nasty. So this is the old valve cover, which can be like an old time capsule for the whole engine because it is so old and there's flaking paint coming off of it and the inside of it is black. There's just a lot going on. So these I changed because just trying to go over it with degreasing agents was not cutting it. One of the things I used and I regret using, Dawn Power Spray. Now, love this stuff in the kitchen, love this stuff in the house. It's perfect for because it does really get in there. But the thing is, with the car, trying to clean it underneath the hood, spraying this all over was a very bad idea because the soap scum built up underneath the hood. I just had to go in and use water and a totally different degreaser to get any of that to rub off. So bad idea, would not recommend for your car projects. The product that saved the day was this one called Gunk Engine Cleaner and Degreaser, citrus flavor. It smells really good. And this one's really cool because the engine does not have to be hot in order to use it. Ventilate your area when you use this one because it does have a very strong scent. This one right here is a plastic brush that I used for the engine bay. And this one's pretty much safe to use on every part of the engine bay because it's plastic and it's not going to rub off the metal. It's not going to scratch it or look worse than it did to begin with. This one right here is a brass cleaning brush. I wouldn't recommend using this one on anything that's painted or polished because you do run the risk of chipping the paint off. This one is a metal brush. It's what we use to clean the top of the radiator off because it's very good at taking paint off of things and getting things down to bare steel. Okay, so just keep in mind different strengths of brushes, what they're good for, and how to use them. Last but not least, these Gojo Wipes. Not just good for your hands, also good for cleaning hard to reach spots in your engine bay where you can't really fit your fingers, but you know, it just kind of helps. Same kind of idea as Lysol wipes, except these are more gritty like a sandpaper, except not as harsh. But gritty enough to get any kind of grease and grime off of the surface. And those are all the things that I use to clean my engine bay with. To come say hello again. See, wear your gloves. So like Claire reminded you, wear your gloves. This is where we started with the Mercury Cougar. As you can see, there is a lot of dirt, grime, buildup, leaves, spider webs, you name it. So step 1, wear gloves. Step 2, take out battery. And step 3, we are just kind of loosening up the dirt with the sponges and the plastic bristle brushes that I talked about in the beginning. Pretty much after you've gone over the entire interior walls of the car and just over every single element with the brushes, and just trying to get all the grime off. You kind of get a feel for what's gonna come off for you and what's gonna just be kind of stained forever. So I didn't really dwell too hard in these areas because I knew I was going to be replacing some things, cheating it up a little bit, but still making it look as close to OEM as possible. So once everything was pretty much cleaned off to the best of my ability, now comes the fun part where we get to change the valve covers into something shinier and newer. As you saw in the beginning of the video, the valve covers that I ordered were from Edelbrock. I also ordered an air filter from them, and it looks super cool. Okay, this is not a restoration, this was just strictly to make it look nice. Here's the inside of a V8 engine. The valves you see side by side, one of them is to suck the air into the engine and the other one is to push the air out of the engine. So once I got the valve cover off, I figured now is as good of a time as any to go ahead and vacuum out any kind of debris that I see around, because you don't want that getting inside of your engine. When you get your valve cover, it's going to come with a valve cover gasket. The gasket makes it so that no oil can leak through the metal pieces, because if there wasn't something squishy in between the metal, basically the oil would leak out. But once you get everything aligned and you get one bolt started, the rest of them seem to go on so much easier. Next, you'll see that I am saran wrapping the brand new valve cover because I don't want to get my fingerprints on it. I realized I should probably clean around it. This is where those Gojo wipes came in handy so much. And as I am working and cussing at the car, what a good husband for, being there to refill my drink. And here we are at the other side. This side came off so much easier naturally, but it did not go on easier. The left side just has a lot more to fight with as far as wires go and, just other random things in my way. Look at that shine. It's like a night and day difference. I'm so excited with how this engine bay cleaning went. I'm so excited to do even more to it. Thank you so much for coming to my video, and I hope that you'll check out some of the other videos that I've put out about spark plugs, how to change those, and also the journey of the Cougar making her way from Ohio to Florida. I hope you'll check both of those videos out in the recommended videos, and as always, thank you so much for coming to my video. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.